My name is Maryann Njambi. I ran for Member of Parliament in Nakuru County, Molo constituency, and on a Kano ticket. The biggest challenge was being a woman. Unfortunately, it's easier for an inexperienced young man to be elected than an experienced woman. But what I learned is that there are battles that I'll have to fight because I'm a woman, and I have to accept that that's okay. So that was one of the biggest lessons. Secondly, it is the money factor. I am a believer. So I went there believing that, God will make a way. But I realized that it's okay, God will make a way, but you need to have the money. You'd rather have it and God makes a way and you don't have to spend it. But the truth is, the young people of this country and the women of this country, if we have to make it in politics, we must have resources. And then there was also a lot of learnings around sexual, how do I even put it? The power play with sexuality, and especially targeted to women and young women. You find that when you go to a man and maybe you're looking for money for politics, they want to sleep with you. And they don't even hide it in politics. If you want maybe to get help, especially from men in the political circles, most of them will ask for sex. Openly, on your face, and if you don't give them, they will walk away and you'll call your phones and they'll never pick it. Politics viewed as a gentleman's game? I really don't think so. I actually don't think. I think it's a dirty game. And even the rules of politics are not the rules of any other engagement. And maybe it's another lesson that I learned, because you realize that the rules of engagement in politics, there's a lot of betrayal, there's a lot of propaganda, there's a lot of whatever I said about sexual immorality. And for me, I really don't believe it's a gentleman's game. I believe I have a calling to leadership, and I'm passionate about people and their well-being. So I always feel that there's something that I have in me that I can be able to fight for people. I've gotten opportunities to be a leader in many occasions. Maybe in my past, I would say it started out maybe even in high school, where I was cheerleader drama. When I went to campus, I was elected as the Miss Initiative. Miss Initiative was a role that you take as a woman leader in the campus to support women within the campus and outside. And then secondly, I got a chance to run for Secretary General, and I got it. And then after that, I got a chance to sit up, still in campus. I was elected as a committee member of Ford Kenya Youth Wing. So I joined the youth chapter, but from the university. So I was elected as a committee member there. So after that, I was lucky also to join Chama cha Uzalendo. There I served as a deputy national treasurer. Unfortunately, I'll talk from a negative perspective, because I feel like the young people and the young women per se are not necessarily given a lot of space in public participation. If you look at the country we're living in today, there's a huge population of young people, and unfortunately, if we do not allow them to participate in national building or decision making, then it means that we don't feel them. We don't understand them. First and foremost, we should be very deliberate as a country, from the head downwards, that when we are doing anything, we should be considering youth portfolios as stand-alones and not necessarily merging them with other portfolios, because you're talking about 70% of the population of the country. So, and we should be involving them more, even in terms of building their capacity and civic education, and not just for one way, even from their end, to see, getting feedback from them, to know what are they thinking about. And also we are looking at a future that will be driven by a lot of creativity and innovation. this is the generation that can do that. This is the generation that actually has the energy and the ideas. I might not have planned well, but I didn't win because I'm a woman. By the time I would even do a random check here and tell you I ran for office. Do you know the first thing people tell me? Men, women. MCA or women rep? Nobody ever says MP. No one. So ideally that is already gender bias. Secondly, sexist statements will be made. But I always say one thing, and I think this has worked for me. When you hear a sexist statement or word or observe, you call it out. If you let it pass or you let it slide, they will say it to another person. They even may say it to you again. I call myself a leader who believes in transformation, and I want to be part of that transformative agenda, and particularly targeting the young people because they have a longer future in terms of taking care of themselves and their families. I also look at Molo in terms of making people believe. We've never had a women MP in Molo, a woman MP. And I always challenge people that when you're raising your child, your girls, you tell them when they go to school, they should be number one. But when it comes to leadership, women are always put behind. And I always say, when your girl comes and tells you, dad or mom, when I'm in school, you always tell me to beat Ben. But when it's leadership, you tell him that he should lead and I should not lead. It's pretty unfair and it's pretty unfortunate. I believe when women have an adequate representation, which is sufficient, in decision making, for me that will be a big deal. So those are my two visions: to help women achieve the position where they have adequate representation in empowerment, and I want to be part of that transformation, and also economic freedom for my people. Support that I will need to ensure a successful campaign: money, and I won't even put it resources because people are lying. Money, pesa. Secondly, party. And when I say party, I mean we need support from the parties, not just maybe paying half as young people or women, more. The African politics is about kingsmen, tribal kingsmen, or party. We build people more than we build institutions. So the party is as good as its leader, or it is its leader. So I would appreciate if the party leader makes a point to make sure that he goes to every constituency that has a woman and campaign for them. It means a lot to the people, and that gives the women mileage. I think we need to say this clearly. And for me, this one is particularly the leadership of the country. If the leadership of the country wants the not more than 2/3 gender rule passed, it will be passed. You know why? We talk about tyranny of numbers. When we want bills passed, they're passed. Why does this one fail? It is goodwill, political goodwill. We lack political goodwill as a nation. And let it be very, very clear. This is not a by the way. This is a constitutional